These weak-kneed judges, the biggest bust in Peel's history, guess where they are? They're back out on the street again. Bail, except one person. Do you believe that? They actually get released on the largest drug bust in Peel's history. 500 kilos of cocaine that could ultimately kill people, and judges slap on the wrist. Okay, little Johnny, you go out there and deal more drugs. These people that are terrorizing our neighborhoods and feeding drugs to our people. That's number one. They need to change the criminal code. They need to change bail reform. I will be all over him until this gets done. Stop the dilly-dallying around. 10 years we've seen, we're going to do it, we aren't going to do it. You know, Prime Minister gave me his word, he's going to change it. It has to be done.
You talked about Mark Carney having your full support in dealing with Trump. Can you talk about what your impressions were of what you saw play out in that public part of the bilateral meeting? If you've heard anything from either the Prime Minister or Dominic LeBlanc about what happened at the G7 between our nations?
No, it didn't seem like much happened, to be very frank. They agreed that over the next 30 days they'll put a deal together. That's good news. And then I guess President Trump had to take off back to the White House. But at least they had an opportunity to meet. And I'm confident that we'll get a deal done. People want certainty. Just like our hardworking men and women that are going to be building this, they're going to be able to go home and say, I have a job. I have a job for the next X number of years. And we're going to guarantee we'll get a paycheck, and we may be able to put a deposit down, or we'll buy, pay the mortgage or do whatever. It's certainty. And that's what we need, certainty on this trade deal. It's absolutely critical. Here nor there. Okay, here's my rant. Okay, so first of all, Chief Nish, Chief Demkew, all the chiefs, they're absolute champions. So they do a massive bust. 500 kilos of cocaine that these drug dealers want to poison our kids, poison our people, and 500 kilos. Just imagine that. And they work with the DEA down in the U.S., Drug Enforcement Agency. They work with the Border Patrol. They work with police agencies back and forth. The OPP, Commissioner Creek, is amazing on the Joint Task Force. And guess what, guys? These weak-kneed judges, the biggest bust in Peel's history, guess where they are? They're back out on the street again. Bail, except one person. Do you believe that? They actually get released on the largest drug bust in Peel's history. 500 kilos of cocaine that could ultimately kill people, and judges slap on the wrist. Okay, little Johnny, you go out there and deal more drugs. Why don't you give them more drugs? It's crazy. The system is broken.